Loosehead prop Joe Moody has no chance to play the Sharks in the Super Rugby quarterfinal. It's not the news Crusaders assistant forwards coach Jason Ryan wanted to deliver, especially not after his scrum conceded a penalty try last weekend, but at least the feedback on Kieran Reid and Ryan Crotty, who suffered wrist and thumb injuries during the 54-17 win over the Blues, was more positive ahead of the sudden death match against the Sharks in Christchurch on Saturday night. Kieran Reid: "We're hopeful he's going to get through this week and will be available. The same with Ryan Crotty," Ryan said. All Blacks captain and number 8 Reid took a limited part in the team's training at the St Andrews College Gymnasium on Monday, and appeared reluctant to aggravate his strapped right wrist and thumb by catching the ball. All Blacks midfielder Crotty was more active, flinging the ball around with both mitts. While Moody could only be a spectator, the knee injury he suffered against the Highlanders on July 6 also kept him out of the Blues game. Reid and Crotty appeared in good spirits after medical staff said they had broken no bones. That was terrific news for Reid, given he has only made 2 appearances for the Crusaders this year after back surgery in December. "Just had a bit of bruising there, he just got a bit of a bang on it," Ryan said in reference to Reid. "It is the hand that he has had a few issues with, it gave him a fright more than anything. We were just being precautious, although he already has All Blacks Loosehead props Wyatt Crockett and Tim Perry on his books." Ryan, the Crusaders' scrum mentor, would have enjoyed having 34 Test front rower Moody in his selection deck. Having watched the Blues win a penalty try after demolishing the Crusaders' scrum, Ryan described the subsequent review as brutal. "The boys are hurting about that," he said. "We were 5% off technically, and probably about 3% off mentally, which was probably the disappointing thing just for that scrum. The fact the Crusaders were without All Blacks Cody Taylor, Owen Franks and Scott Barrett, all are expected to start against the Sharks, didn't wash." When Ryan reviewed footage of that set piece, he watched 4 different camera angles. "We also look into what was happening before the scrum. We had been defending for about 7 minutes just before that and the boys just knocked off a wee bit." Wyatt Crockett pretty much summed it up in our review when he said, "Look, it just doesn't happen." The Sharks, who sneaked into 8th place as the last qualifier by beating the Jaguars in Durban, were scheduled to arrive in Christchurch from South Africa late Monday night. Despite their yo-yo season, the Sharks have impressed against Kiwi teams, beating the Blues in Auckland, and the Highlanders and Chiefs in Durban. Some dubious red cards issued by referees in recent weeks, and teams will be anxious about giving over-vigilant officials reasons to cull their numbers. Not that Chiefs enforcer Johnny Frawley has received much sympathy after his no-arms tackle on Hurricanes opponent Wes Goosen last weekend. Frawley has been suspended for 6 weeks. "We are always trying to work on good tackle techniques," Ryan said. "The Johnny Frawley one was a shocker, probably the worst I have ever seen, and there was no need for it. To be honest, we have to make sure we are tackling under the ball and being as accurate as we can." Stuff promoted stories recommended by